everyone, we're here with midwife Sharon Hamilton of Home Birth Associates. So Sharon, what inspired you to become a midwife?
I think my own births inspired me to be a midwife. My first two births were what I would call, in retrospect, pretty easy, short deliveries. And my third birth, because my son was due around Christmas time, my doctor recommended induction. So my son was induced at the convenience of the doctor, and he was born 4 days before Christmas. But my delivery was very traumatic. It was very, very rapid, and I think that I was overdosed on Pitocin. So when I learned about midwives, I wanted to become a midwife. I wanted to offer to women the option of drug-free, natural childbirth without interventions that could lead to complications.
Unbelievable. And tell us, what's the difference between a midwife and an OBGYN?
The difference between a midwife and a doctor is that the midwife focuses more on natural and normal. A midwife is a specialist in normalcy. An obstetrician is a surgeon. So they're trained specifically to do surgery and to deal with complications, oftentimes with surgery or medicine. Pregnancy, of course, is a normal, healthy, physiological condition, as is labor and delivery. So for most women, approximately 90%, they can deliver normally with a midwife. They can deliver safely in an out-of-hospital setting, at a birth center or at home, without being in the hospital, without being with obstetricians or medical situations that might lead to interventions and therefore lead to more complications.
That's helpful, thank you. And what are the statistics that show about the safety and effectiveness of delivering with a midwife?
There was a recent study published in the British Lancet Journal of Medicine that compared 5,000 low-risk out-of-hospital births with 5,000 low-risk in-hospital births. And what they found was that there was a much decreased rate of, for instance, cesarean section. For instance, cesarean section for out-of-hospital moms is going to run at about 6%, whereas the women who birth in hospital, their cesarean section rate is around 36%, depending upon the hospital. Some hospitals, the cesarean section rate is even much higher than that. But certainly for low-risk moms, out-of-hospital birth, there's less interventions, less need for induction, augmentation, which of course requires Pitocin. And Pitocin can also lead to complications. For instance, approximately 12% of babies who are induced or who are exposed to Pitocin will experience fetal distress and therefore be delivered by cesarean section. So there's automatically going to be a certain number of infants who will not tolerate that induction.
Wow. And the last question I have for you is, what's your biggest piece of advice for expectant mothers?
My biggest piece of advice would be inform yourself. Be aware of the options out there. In other words, do you want to choose a midwife? Do you want to choose an obstetrician? Do you want to choose a natural birth? Do you want to choose epidural? Be informed about what is safest for you. And then the next thing I would say is trust your body. Trust and know that women are designed to conceive, to carry a baby, and to give birth to a baby normally, naturally, physiologically, without medical intervention. It's a normal, healthy, physiological event.
Very helpful information. Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you.